How settled do you feel at the corner position right now?
Feel pretty good. I mean, we've got a good group of guys. Obviously, we've got some youth. But right now, we've got a good amount of guys that are working hard and still battling to take over a spot.
You don't think there's a leader yet to be at both spots?
Nah, right now, they're still competing. And that's the cool part. We'll sort that stuff out a little bit later with our coordinators and the head man when we decide to start figuring it out. Guys are starting to kind of separate themselves, but there's still, there's still some stuff we got to sort out. But right now, we've got a good group of 3 to 4.
Did anyone pick up some separation in the scrimmage?
Not necessarily. If anything, it may have shown that, okay, we may have a little bit longer of a competition because guys are working hard to show what they can do.
What are the issues that you think the group as a whole has had, if anything that sticks out?
No major issues, but it's just what it is, which is that then we can't control it. They're young. Can't control it. So it's not a thing that I can really have to put focus on in regards to worrying about it, because it is what it is. So it's how fast can we get them up to speed in regards to what we're asking. Don't put too much on their plate. Utilize their natural talents and just let them go.
With Isaac Taylor Stewart specifically, how far do you think he's come from the start of this camp now?
He's improved, and I know we're focusing on where he is from this camp, but let's go back to where he was in the spring and to where he was at the beginning of camp to where he is now. Very, very impressed, loving the way he's improving, and excited for him and all the other guys to perform when they get the chance to.
Steele, obviously a lot of first-team reps last week. What did you see when you watched his film from last week?
Oh, he's doing a good job. He's working hard. I don't think the stage is too big for him. He's got that calm reserve. He understands what we're doing. The biggest thing for him is just all the fundamental stuff and then being consistent at it, along with the other 3 that are back.
Have you seen him cut down on the grabby? I know you were...
Yeah. And he's going to continue to work on it. It's just because he's slowed down this day or that day. It's going to be a continuous process throughout until he starts to realize, you know what, I can trust my talent, and I can do it without that stuff.
But back to Isaac Taylor Stewart for a bit. His technique seems to be the thing that's really come strides from last year in the spring. So what do you think has been the biggest factor in him improving that? Is it his work ethic or his innate
You just
ability?
said it, work ethic. One of the biggest things he does, I believe he's out here, if you glance over there, he's the one who stays late.
Right.
He's the one who's sitting over there, working to the side, getting that extra work. He's the one who's kind of sitting quietly, but he's really soaking up everything that you're saying. So for him, just like everyone else, it's the repetitions. As many reps as we can get is going to be beneficial.
And also with Elijah Griffin, he's also been one of the standouts, especially through the early stages of camp with all the turnovers that he forced. Can you talk about him a little bit, what you've seen from him recently?
Again, he's one of the other guys that are doing well. I mean, those 3 right there in regards to Steele, Itz, and OG, those guys are working hard. And they're putting us in a position to where, hey, man, we're going to have to figure this out because they're all doing a really good job.
And one more with Polamo at safety. He seems to be the vocal leader of the group now, taking over even though he's young himself. What have you seen from him in that regard as kind of the leadership role?
The cool part is because they're all around that same age, it's not just him.
Right.
And yeah, Paula's got some good vocals because, he wants to make sure that guys are working hard and he's got good energy. But just because you don't hear, for an example, Tyler Noah, I mean, he's just the quiet one, but he's also leading as well. And then we've got Greg and we've got Chase. So there's a lot of guys that are taking that role. It's not just one person. But for Isaiah himself, I love it when he speaks, and he always tries to bring real good energy to the group. And again, I'm excited that he's going to get a chance to play.
Do you think OG takes some riskier plays out there, which leads to the interceptions, but also kind of maybe gets him in trouble a little bit?
That's a little bit of his style. He just has to make sure that they're calculated, and then the no-win. He's got to hone in on the technique. Be careful of being too guessy. I don't know if that's the right phrase, but he's got it. But he trusts his talent, and I don't want to hold him back on that.